The story of Maometto is very modern because it's about Islam and Christian, which is obviously, very, something, an argument that, we have been talking for the past, 15 years at least. And the fact that, is a modern, like Romeo and Juliet. There is this impossible love between two people that they belong to different families or to different worlds. And so this is an opera where there are a lot of elements that makes the opera very, very relevant. And I'm pretty sure David Alden is gonna show every single details of these struggles. David is, I know he's not everybody's taste in terms of aesthetic. I happen to love him, to be honest with you, because he's one of the most intelligent directors I've worked with. And I'm sure he's going to be able to bring and underline all these struggles between Christian and Muslim, and between two people, me and Anna. I just think Maometto believes that every action he takes will lead to success in the war and in his fight to have Anna. But ultimately it does not happen, actually. And this is proof once again that even if their power seems limitless, at the end of the day they cannot exactly do whatever they want all the time. He thinks the war is going to win the war, and he doesn't. And he thinks he's going to marry her, but at the end, her love for her religion and her country is so strong that she prefers to kill herself than allow him to realize what he wants, which I find is so extreme nowadays to think about it. If you think about it, because it's, to give your life for your own country or for is quite, is huge. It's really big. Say you are lucky that this Rossini is not Wagner, otherwise it would have been like 4 operas taking 16 hours, That we are so grateful that actually Rossini decided to, to compose the music for this subject. First of all, it's very difficult. Actually singing Baroque and Rossini, I find it incredibly difficult because you need to give a meaning to every single words that you say. And sometimes, you repeat the same words 75 times, or you have one vowels that takes 14 measure, so 14 bars. So if you are not committed to the words and your feelings and to being able to express something to the audience, can become really boring, I think. That when they asked me who I wanted to work with for this production, I just said David, because it's a debut for me, and I know it's a very difficult opera because it's incredibly challenging vocally. It was done only in 1988 in San Francisco in America, so it was just only done once. And obviously everybody remembers it was revived, and it came to life because of Sam Raimi. So, I have huge shoes to fill. And this is a new edition. This is going to be the world premiere of the critical edition by Philip Gossett. So the responsibility is incredible. I remember I saw Sam Raimi singing this role in La Scala in 1994. And I remember I was up, and he comes out, and there is no Maometto for the first 40 minutes. And then he comes out and he has this incredible recit, aria and cabaletta. And I remember when I saw it, my jaw just dropped to the floor. And I was like, oh my God, that's a role I would like to sing. And I never actually thought I could actually do it. And I thought, yeah, it was, one of my dreams, It's like I wish I could sing Otello, but obviously I can't. And actually, it is going to happen. And when they asked me what I wanted to do, I thought, why not Maometto? And now it's actually happening. So it's an incredible feeling to be able to do it. And in a place like Santa Fe, which has, which is special to me because I did my first gig there, you know, in Radamisto, and I enjoy working there very much. The most difficult thing probably is going to be the first aria for me, because it's the first thing that you ever say, that I have, you know, I have to sing. So that's going to be it. You know, you come out and it's like, you know, getting ready to jog, and then you have to go, you know, 40 miles per hour right away. You're like, maybe I should stretch a little bit before. And Rossini says, nope, just do it. So that's probably the most challenging for me. But I have two wonderful arias. I have an incredibly beautiful duet with Anna, with the soprano. I get scared just thinking about it. No, I'm just kidding. When he actually finds out later that actually the girl he fell in love with is Anna and is Venetian, I find that he is not really capable to compromise. You know, if we compare Romeo and Juliet, okay, they come from two different worlds, but you can see a great deal of courage and desire from Romeo to make this work. The same thing I don't see in Maometto at all, to be honest with you. I just don't. You know, it would be very nice for me to tell you that there is a very nice and sweet side of him, because I'm going to portray him. But the truth is, for what Rossini shows in the music and the words that he uses, I don't think he's that romantic and that in love with Anna. There are kings that they use the power to do good and help people, and there are some that they are just in love with the fact that they have the power and that they can do whatever they want to do. I just think he's one of those who actually enjoy the power. And there is a moment where I tell you it's very hard. After the big scene, there is a recit when finally, you know, it seems like he's winning the war. It says, now as a reward for my warriors, you can go there and kill whoever you want, and it's going to be the prize for the fact that you won the battle. And that's not really, you know, that's not really that nice. It's a side of his character that proves how cruel and he is. The state interests are for him much more important than anything else. Country, religion, over everything. There is nothing. Human life is irrelevant, and even love is almost irrelevant. It's secondary. His focus to me is the country, winning the battle, achieving what he wants to achieve, and extending the power that already has. In my opinion, it's just not about, you know, because there is a war between Christian and Muslim. It's not just that. I just think the problem, because this relationship doesn't work, is not just because they belong to different religion. It's because the approach to life, the approach to love, the approach to their own feelings is so different that they cannot ever get together. Because if I think of the duet that these two have, she's romantic, and he's not that romantic, actually. 2008 was really the best summer of my life, because I remember we landed in Albuquerque, and then you have to drive to get to Santa Fe. And I remember during the night, I woke up 75 times because I could not breathe. Because everybody said, oh, the altitude, and I'm like, no problem. The thing about Santa Fe, there's the atmosphere, and what I have to say, the colors. There is no other place in the world, in the planet, that looks where things are so vivid and bright as in Santa Fe. I remember I was there with my golden retriever, and the moon was so big that he would bark at the moon, and we're like, what the hell is that? And he doesn't do this in New York, anywhere else. But I remember in Santa Fe, it was like the colors and the sky and the storm are unique, really. And then if you want to talk about the operas, when do you get to perform, and you have the desert behind you, and nowhere else. The Santa Fe, they are so courageous. They really take risks in Santa Fe. They really do, because it would be easy for a summer to do, Bohème, Tosca, Elisir d'Amore, and Rigoletto. It's just to look forward, to push a little bit the envelope, to do things that you cannot see everywhere else, and that's why I think the Maometto fits so well in Santa Fe.